everyone, and welcome to another episode of Duke and Leon's School of Life. I've got Leon, the big L, the big with a capital L. That's what it's come down to after
uppercase L.
After 50 odd episodes, that's all I can think of.
And what a big week! What a big week! Massive week.
Massive.
It looks. I think everything's happening. But we'll start off with the chimp tribute part of the show. We have to have a tribute because of that little chimp, the Mexican Narcos chimp that got killed in the gunfight.
Yeah.
The one wearing the little, everyone's seen the photo, one wearing the little bulletproof vests, which obviously didn't work really well. But one thinks it was probably just a prop. As he's dying, he's probably going...
He was wearing a bulletproof vest and nappies.
And a nappy, yes, of course.
Like, is there a monkey or chimp accessory place where you go in and buy this shit?
What?
Or,
the nappies?
Well,
yes, it's got
vest.
No, it's got children's nappies, medium, large, extra large, chimp's nappies next to it. Chimp nappy.
You can imagine the Narcos guy going in saying, I'll have a child's bulletproof vest and a packet of nappies, please. The guy behind the counter is probably just looking at him with all the guns and shit hanging off him going, si, senor, si. Is that racist?
Yes. And then,
why?
I know, because that's what he said. So that's not racist.
That's right.
That's exactly what he said. All right. So, newspaper report. I have the newspaper right here. I'm just going to read it out. True to form, the monkey, that's offensive, calling him a monkey. He's a chimpanzee. He's not a monkey. True to form, the monkey quickly got his own corrida. Corrida?
What's that?
The traditional Mexican folk ballad, often composed in honor of drug capos. Life is very short. It wasn't the monkey's turn to die, according to the ballad, posted on social media. Beautiful. wasn't his turn to die.
Was the other monkey's turn to die? They got it mixed up.
Well, it's funny too because just before that happened, I had lunch with a mate of mine. And he was telling me this story about his friend who was a carny. And they used to do shows in not supermarkets.
Supermarket.
No, what are they? Those malls, shopping malls.
Aldi.
Because after the carnival sort of died a bit, I suppose they were looking for work. This is a few years back. And they went to this one shopping mall and there was a green room downstairs in the basement. But it was, not a green, but just a room where all the performers.
VIPs.
VIPs. But in the basement, right?
Yeah.
So he said his mate and his wife who do the show together, they go down to the green room and they walk in, and on the couch there's one of the performers who's before or after them or something like that, sitting down next to his chimpanzee. And they're both smoking and drinking long necks. A long neck's like a big bottle of beer. And they're just...
That should have been the show. That should have been... I'd pay to see that.
Oh, fuck yeah. Fucking hell. That's exactly right. Who cares what they do? That was...
Yeah, that's the real show.
That's the money shot. Yeah. Can you imagine that, just walking in and they're just sitting there? You know what would be even better if he was like reading if he was reading the form guide. And the monkey had the same, but it was like for dogs or something. Upside down for dogs. Dogs or something. And he turns to the guy and he goes, "Look at these idiots. What are they running around chasing a fake fucking bunny rabbit?"
In other animal news, in India, I think I sent you this one. In India, elephant tramples a woman to death.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Then turns up to her funeral and as they're lowering her body, grabs it with the trunk, throws it up in the air and runs away. Now, my question is...
Hold on. Does it throws it up in the air and he catches it and runs away with it? Or just throws it up in the air.
Just throw it up and run. But my question is, why would you fucking invite the elephant to the funeral after it fucking killed?
Well, I'm sure they didn't invite it. It just turned up.
Oh, you think it was uninvited? Just bolted in?
Yeah, of course. How do you invite an elephant? What, do you write a little card or something? No, it just turns up. That's so what it is, I would think, is that's the behaviour of the elephant. The elephant's like pissed off about something. I think it's just when animals crack, they've just been tormented and treated like shit, and then they just crack.
Killed this woman, and then fucking turns up to a funeral. Like, I mean, what the fuck is that?
Well, to make sure the cunt was dead.
Yeah, but how can you?
And then grabs her and
when the funeral's on.
Yeah.
How does he know where the funeral is?
All right. I think we're overanalyzing this. Right.
Whatever she did to elephants have got a long memory.
Yeah, I know. And then there's that there's that one in America where they where the elephant kills its owner and then they hang the elephant. Have you seen that? You Google it. Yeah, they hang it with a railway crane. Because it goes to court and it gets convicted of murder, and then they hang it. And after that, I think
must have had your lawyer.
Yeah, exactly. And, that's all he accepts: bananas and peanuts.
He's living in Africa.
Yeah, I think I read. It's a famous thing. The photograph is famous, but I think after that they changed the law because it was just fucking ridiculous. And
you can't try elephants. You
can't try animals for crimes against humans. But anyway, so just quickly, we'll just run through some chimp facts in honour of the little one. TV shows. So I got a list here. Lancelot Link, obviously. Remember that?
Yeah.
Then
Secret Agent Chimp for listeners who don't know.
Yeah, and then there was a whole TV campaign in America called Trunk Monkey. So they're and have you seen that one where they have all these different scenarios and you press a button in the car and the trunk opens and the chimp runs out and he like bashes someone or does some really weird shit. It's quite funny, but it got apparently it was banned. Show. It was banned, I think, but it's worth watching on if you can Google them on YouTube. Trunk Monkey. Some of them are fucking hysterical. the one where he jumps out of the trunk with a tire lever.
You sent me that one. I remember that.
Then he beats up all of it. Yeah, it's funny. All right, and then there's Me and the Chimp, which is a TV show in 1972. Never seen it. The Evil Monkey from Family Guy. Did you used to watch Family Guy? Didn't you? I never. Is there?
Yeah, but that's a cartoon.
Oh, sorry. All right, Lost in Space. Now, so what's her name?
Debbie.
Yeah, Debbie the Bloop.
The Bloop.
Yeah, and it's funny because
alien monkey. It was an alien monkey
with the funny ears, and
it had a headpiece on.
Yeah,
it was like had a big domed headpiece on and really long pointy ears.
And then you Google it, and it's Debbie the Bloop, played by Judy the Chimp. Fucking hell! You just think who are these idiots? Anyway, last one, 1961. Enos is the only chimp to have ever orbited the Earth. There you go. Some monkeys went up.
I've got one more, and it's the most famous one. It's Cheetah from Tarzan.
Oh, yeah.
How could you forget Cheetah, man?
That? Fuck me, dude.
Cheetah lived to 75.
Yeah, 75.
We've spoken about it before. Lived on a farm.
Yeah.
Died only a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Was the oldest living star from film and television's golden age.
Yeah.
And he used to have a glass of sherry and a cigar every day.
And a cigar. Beautiful.
A bit like you.
A bit like me. All right.
I got some headlines for you, buddy.
Okay.
We haven't done headlines in a long time.
Okay, go.
All right. Man with 2 anuses dies of constipation. Wouldn't you be pissed off? You got like 2 assholes to shit and you can't shit.
Yep. Yeah, that's...
Yep.
There's probably a few other things I'd be thinking about, but I would be pissed off, yeah, I guess.
Homeless man wins $7 million.
Yeah.
Says he will collect after next welfare check. That's typical.
Yeah.
That's typical of a homeless man. It's like, oh, yeah, but if I collect it now, I'm not going to get me welfare check. So I'll just wait to get the next welfare check, then I'll collect.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Where do you get this stuff about homeless people? You've never been homeless. You don't even know any. Have you ever met a homeless person?
Homeless monthly. Yeah, you. When I met you, you were fucking homeless.
Exactly. All right. Moving on.
No, I've got more.
Yeah, I know. Move on to the next one. Leave the homeless people alone.
What is it with you? I think you're going out with a homeless guy.
Is that what you think? All right,
that's what I think.
Good. You just hold on to that. Hold on to that bit as you're drowning in your cesspool of morality. All right. Next.
Doomsday bunker.
Yeah.
Collapses.
Yeah. Beautiful. All those baked beans squashed.
And I was reading this article, what to say when your kid catches you with drugs, and what they came up with.
What was it like the chimps? They go, "Where'd you get that?"
So what they came up with, the 3 points I got out of that is the first one is you say we're white, so it's okay.
Oh,
that was in there.
Really?
That was in there.
Really?
Yeah.
We're white.
And the other one was it's either this or I get involved in your life. And the third one was be cool.
Be cool, don't tell anyone. Yeah.
Be cool, man.
But just be cool. Can I just say that when I went to where did I go? I went on that country trip, right?
Yeah.
And my doctor has always told me, don't get involved in stressful situations. Just let the stress flow over your head, right? He's always said that, right? Because you'll have a fucking embolism or a stroke or something like that. So anyway, my wife and I are driving back. This is so Sydney, right? We're driving back on the freeway doing 110 kilometres an hour. And up front, up off, there's a layway, like a lay-by or whatever, like a little bit of a space off the side of the road, and then there's this old Toyota Corolla sedan, which you hardly ever see. They're a really old one, sort of parked, like at 45 degrees, so like it parked in a hurry. Yeah. And there's this guy, and he's opened the back door. He's got this is the driver, right? So the driver's jumped out of the driver's seat, run around the back to the passenger seat back door, opened the door. He's got a baseball bat in his hand, and he's pulling this guy out of the back of the car, right? And he's bashing him with the baseball bat. And then
you're watching this.
Well, I'm approaching at 110 Ks, and my third wife's there as well. But she's like, in La La Land, as she usually is when I drive. Helps her relax apparently. Anyway, but I'm absorbing this whole thing. It's like watching a movie, but it's happening really quickly, but you absorb it all, right? So he's pulling this guy out of the car by his top, like a top thing. And of course, the guy's halfway out of the car, and the top's come off, so he's shirtless. And this is like, I reckon, about 8-9 degrees. It's in the morning, right? So it's really cold.
And in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, on the freeway.
Yeah.
And he's beating him with the baseball bat, and now he's shirtless. And the guy finally gets out of the car, and he's running around waving his arms, running towards me. But by that stage, I've just about passed him, and there's this big truck behind. And he's waving his arms, and the guy, I don't know what the other guy was just sort of like, I don't know whether he was getting his shit, this guy's shit out of the car. Anyway, I drive past, I'm looking in the mirror, so I'm still watching it, and the truck stops. And, and my wife goes, "What the fuck was that?" And I said, "Oh, the guy's just beating him, blah, blah, blah." And I didn't stop. I didn't even think to stop. I just thought, no, it's not my shit.
Didn't think, no, here's my mobile. I'll just call the cops.
No. I just, I just said, it's not my shit. I'm not getting involved. What the fuck? And then I'm thinking all the way home, what's the scenario? Like the passenger, the guy in the back. And, well, I've come up with my scenario, but you tell me, what do you reckon? Like, For that to happen.
I reckon the whole scenario is due to your fucking new medication. I reckon none of that happened.
No.
I reckon you're just driving. I reckon you had a micro sleep. You're driving, you had a micro sleep, a micro dream that this all fucking happened.
I swear to God. No, it did happen. And I figured it out.
What's your scenario?
Well, he's either picked this guy up or they've been travelling. So they've been travelling for a long time because he looked pretty sleepy. And the driver as well. He woke up when he got the baseball bat. Well, the first thing is, why do you drive around with a baseball bat in your fucking car? Like that's pretty full on. Anyway, the second thing. So I'm thinking, what would the scenario be? So okay, so they're either acquaintances, maybe not good friends, and he's either been forced to give this guy a lift, or maybe he picked him up as a hitchhiker. Who knows? But anyway, the guy's been asleep in the back and he's woken up and he's forgotten where he is and he's just started masturbating. Right? He's masturbating on the back seat and the driver's gone, hey, whoa, hey, you fucking crossed the line. Where's my baseball bat? Bang. That's what happened. Okay?
Yeah, I reckon.
What else could it be?
That's
what
definitely
else
what
could it be? He could just say something like, or something about his football team. Oh, I find that offensive. No, it's got to be something. You got to cross a line, surely. You know what I mean?
Well, speaking of that, and that's what I think happened. That there was that news article where that guy was masturbating and exposing his penis at the drive-through at KFC. Did you? Yeah.
Well, but when you're going through a drive-through, you're in your own vehicle, aren't you?
Yes.
Which is sort of like your own bedroom. So it's sort of like your masturbating.
Well, he might have been in a rent-a-car.
But it's still your space, right? So it's sort of like you're masturbating in your bedroom and your neighbour walks past, looks in the window, and then calls the cops.
Well, I was like...
that's the same thing, isn't it?
In the article, it said he was caught exposing his penis.
Yeah, in his car.
Now, no, but I'm looking at those words. Like, if you're a lawyer, defence lawyer...
which I am.
How can he be caught exposing it if he's exposing it? You know what I mean? He's got it out there for everyone to see. You can't catch him going, he's not trying to hide it. Caught means someone's trying to hide something.
Oh, yeah. And what about I'm sorry, Mrs. Smith, I'm going to have to arrest your newborn baby because when it came out of your vagina, he exposed his penis. So I'm going to have to arrest your baby.
Maybe the
How about
smell
that? Does that sound like a fucking KFC?
Maybe the smell of KFC gave him a hard on. It gives me a hard on every time I fucking drive by it.
Well, it doesn't say you had a hard on.
Well, I remember going through a drive-through with Jed's brother-in-law, and he said, there was a few of us in the car, and we're going for a drive-through, and he goes, looks at the girl, she's about 18, 19 or whatever, and he goes, do you have a hot box? But they were selling hot boxes.
But did he know what he was saying, or it was?
Yeah. He did it to make us all laugh.
Oh, that's.
We all went, yeah. And she didn't get it. She went, yes, we have. I've got a large hot box. I've got a small hot box. Then we all started masturbating.
Just to make it clear, we no longer socialise with Jed's brother-in-law. Okay. That's so lame. That's so mean. I hate it when people do that, tease employees, you know the shit they have to deal with.
Oh, shut
all
up.
Day, and then some idiot go, you got a hot box? Yeah, I'm fingering.
That's what you get for working at KFC,
right
man.
I'm fingering.
If you are going to work at KFC, you've got to expect.
Are you trained for that? You trained for that?
Do you have a hot box? You've got to expect people exposing their penises and masturbating, and probably a lot worse. You've got to expect crack whores giving blowjobs in the corner of the fucking restaurant to homeless men.
Once I was talking to this Garbo, right? This Garbo guy, and he was saying that there was was his mate or someone who worked in the same business, the company, in the company. And he was picking up outside KFC or McDonald's. He's picking up the bins, those big plastic bins. The truck picks them up with forks.
Yep.
And he's picking it up and he's watching it come up. Make sure it all, all the little nuggets get into the truck. They don't bounce off for the rats. You know what I mean? Because that's part of the job. He he reverses the process. So the bin comes down, bang, squashes, kills a lady. So this lady, this lady has walked out of KFC or McDonald's, whatever it is, looking at her nuggets or whatever, probably with headphones on or earphones or whatever. And
having a couple of chips. You know how you have a couple of chips on the way to the car?
On the way to the car. So she's walking to her car and she walks straight past the front of the truck under the fucking bin. Bang, dead. Kills her. Fucking hell.
Did they put her in the bin?
Okay, next.
Well, you come up with all this fucking shit. I say one comment, you go, next. Don't be so offensive.
Don't be so, a bit late.
You set up the whole scenario. Don't be so offensive.
All right.
Look, I've got a FBI file.
Oh, beautiful.
From the FBI files. On May the 2nd, 1884, two fishermen from a remote village in China reported seeing a floating sphinx head on the beach. As they started to run, a green beam shone from the sphinx's eyes. That's green again. Paralyzing the men.
Yeah.
In a booming voice, the sphinx said, "This scroll will lead you to the secrets of ancient Egypt."
So
the Sphinx.
So would that be in Egyptian, English, or Mandarin? Do you think?
Doesn't say.
Doesn't say. All right, we'll just have to.
Maybe Cantonese. They were speaking Cantonese back then. The Sphinx disappeared in a blinding flash.
Yeah.
The two men opened the scroll and realized it was a map that led to the ancient treasures.
Oh.
They followed the map and dug for 2 days at the sacred spot.
Yep.
Finally, they uncovered a wooden box.
Yep.
Opening it, there was another scroll with tiny symbols and a strange round glass. The fishermen found that holding this glass over the scroll magnified the symbols.
Yeah.
Just as they realized this, the scroll burst into flames from the sun and was destroyed.
Oh, because of the glass. It was a magnifying glass.
The men took the magic glass back to their village. A week later, the whole village was burnt to the ground. Everyone said it was an Egyptian curse. What do you think?
It's a magnifying glass. That's what it is. No.
So the idiots took it back and they're going, "Oh, look at this.
Let's put it in the sun. Let's put it in the sun and
they're holding it up
and point it towards our paper house.
Yeah. Vroom, vroom, vroom. And once again, you hear the crowd yelling, "You idiot!"
Oh, God. That was that's all you got out of it. Your 2 second opportunity to.
It's the first magnifying glass ever. Well, for them anyway. They didn't know what it was, so they didn't know how to fucking work it. And when they got back to the village, they held it up in the middle of the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
And said, "Look, look, we have the magic grass." And then all of a sudden, boom, everything's on fire.
Fuck. Oh. Wow. It's amazing. History is amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, I know.
It's just amazing. I should have paid more attention. I should have been looking at Mrs. Vukovic's tits. I should have been concentrating on what she was saying.
And then there was one house left. One house left, and just as everyone said, "Oh, thank God we can go live in that," that guy, that strapped himself to all those fireworks, that Chinese guy, and took off. Yes. He just comes out of the sky going, into it.
Okay. All right. And then there was one house left, right? After that.
Yeah.
And it was left because it was made out of brick. And he said, "Oh, you see, you build house out of brick."
You idiot.
You're lucky. You're lucky to have house to drop.
Now, look, I just want to say to all our Chinese listeners,
sorry,
turn this off now because you'll be re-educated for listening to it.
Because it gets worse.
From the FBI files.
Oh, God. All right. I have a letter.
Oh, I like the letters, yes.
All right. I have a letter. Dear Duke and Leon, after my divorce, I purchased a chimp called Eric as a pet. I trained him to open the fridge and get me a beer when I returned home from work each day.
Good use of a chimp.
Recently, I've noticed Eric replacing the eggs in the egg compartment section of my fridge with his own feces. As I am about to start dating, I am worried. Yours.
Start dating?
Well, after being divorced. You know how you start dating?
Oh, okay,
you know, after 2.5 hours of mourning, you start dating, you know? All right, I am worried. Yours, name withheld. What do you think?
All right, so first thing you do is you buy Eric a little bulletproof vest and some nappies, and then you put him in a suit, and he's your butler when he comes around. And when she comes in, you say, "This is my butler," and Eric goes, "Ah, ah, ah," and she goes, "Oh, how cute!" And
she goes,
"You're in."
No, she goes,
"You're in."
"Ah, how cute! Is that your little baby boy?"
You're lucky you have baby boy to drop.
He's very hairy for baby boy. And that's like
Why has she got an accent? Oh, because he's divorced and so he can only attract. Yeah, okay. All right. I get you. I got you, buddy. In code. You did it in code. I like it.
So Eric is actually like a filter. He's the dating idiot filter. So
yeah, it's like when guys buy cute little dogs to meet girls and they walk to, they go for a walk in the park and they go, "That's a cute little dog," and they say, "Oh, would you like to go for a drink?" They go, "Fuck no."
How about a head job? Okay.
So you get it. Eric's the monkey butler. Actually,
the monkey butler.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
You get her, you sit down, Eric comes out with a little tray with 2 beers on it and a ball of feces.
She says, "I'm vegetarian. I only eat omelettes." Oh, sorry. Sorry.
So is Eric. So I
don't have any eggs left.
His shit doesn't have any meat. Right, what was your
no, I'm just I just think, like I said before, I think animals have a point, have a tipping point where you treat them like servants and treat them like shit, and then they just tip and they go over the edge, and that's what happens. Like, why would he be doing that? Why would he be putting his turds in the fridge? He's obviously saying something to this guy. Say, hey, buddy, where are the cigars? Where's the tuxedo? Where's the lady chimp for me? Like, where's fun for me? Like, get the
right. So you think this
take the fucking family filter off the internet? You fucking idiot. That's what he's saying. I want to watch porn.
This is Eric's way of communicating.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So I never thought about that, communicating with your shit.
No, he's using his shit as a medium. That's it.
Yeah. Well, that's smart.
Take the family filter off.
Yeah, everyone should do it.
God. Well, do you think chimps would watch porn? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, they'd watch porn all the time.
Well, I think anyone would watch
if they had access to it.
Yeah, I think anyone would watch porn if they had access to it. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. It's a thought. I never thought about it. Maybe you should try that out.
It's time for historical texts.
Uh-huh.
Now, we've gone through Vietnam.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yep.
We've gone through medieval times.
Yeah.
This time, it's biblical texts.
Biblical
all right?
times.
So
what's that?
biblical times.
What's that? Year 0?
Yeah, BC, actually. No, it's not BC. It's probably about year 40, 33, 30. Yeah, 33. AD. It's 33 AD. It's biblical times. You are Leon the Apostle.
Apostle.
Right?
What's an apostle?
So you're Leon the Apostle for Jesus?
No, well, Jesus is dead.
No, he lived to 33. So
Did he?
year zero is the year he's born.
Oh, is that Christmas?
Yeah, that's Christmas. Year zero
that's what
is
Christmas is all about.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
So you're Jesus' apostle.
Yeah. Which one? The head one?
No, well, you're like the recon guy. So you're at the whorehouse, check it out to see if any sinning's going on. That's your job. You've given yourself that job because you're a senior apostle. You're the only apostle over 40.
And my doctors told me to try and get a work-life balance. try and bring your hobby into your work.
So you're at the whorehouse doing whatever you're doing.
Researching.
And forgiving. That's what you're doing. You're there blessing the prostitutes. And
also,
you get a text.
Also, I'm doing a bit of WHS as well. So I've done a sign for the front of the whorehouse that says, "Please remove sandals before entering." So, well,
Brilliant. So you're there. You get a text from Jesus. You know it's from Jesus because when you get a text from Jesus, it goes, "Oh."
Yeah, good.
So,
yeah.
Well, it's actually not from Jesus, from one of the other apostles because Jesus doesn't text. He's a cunt. And
doesn't respond to his text.
Yeah. So you get a text and it says, "Look, Leon, Judas has betrayed Jesus.
Yeah.
The Roman soldiers are coming for us.
Fuck. Us.
They've got
all of us.
Yeah. They've got shields. They've got swords. They've got knives. They've got maces. They've got all that stuff, and we're going to fight them with love.
Oh, okay.
We need you now."
Okay.
What do you text them back?
Well, first thing I think of, how can I defend myself? And all I've got basically is 200 pairs of sandals outside the front of the brothel. So I could throw the sandals. That would give me about 2.5 minutes. So basically I've summed it up and no. Okay, so one option is just don't reply. No coverage because I'm in the brothel. Or low battery, or because I don't want to be an absolute cunt, so I have to think of a reply.
What I'd do while you're thinking.
You know what I do? I do that Australian thing. Yeah, nah.
I'd like the nearest prostitute. I'd say bend over and spread your ass, and I'd take a photo and I'd send it to them.
Yeah. So
no, I'd say, look, this is my text.
After that, you'd say, look.
This is my text. I'd say, look, this cunt, Jesus, we've seen him walk on water. We've seen him fucking do all these miracles. Tell him, as soon as the Romans start approaching, turn the grass into wine and they'll all sink in with all their heavy armor and shit and drown.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, if he can do those miracles, why not?
Yeah, but I'm also a man of science, so I would know that wasn't true. So,
Oh, so you're thinking this is all a fucking big scam?
Yeah, I'm
like phone scammers.
Phone scam. No, I don't know. I think I just do that. I go, yeah, nah, and then I just gee, that's a hard one. It is a hard one because you're committed. You're committed to the cause.
I know exactly what you do. You'd look at the text while you were humping some prostitute.
Yeah.
And then just put it, I'll get back to that later. And then you'd after you finished, you'd fall asleep. And then you'd wake up and then you'd walk over to where the apostles live and everyone's
gone,
fucking dead.
Yeah. Actually, no, you're right. That's exactly what I'd do. I would, you're right. Absolutely. I would go,
That's you all over, man.
Yeah, that's a tomorrow's problem. And tomorrow I'll deal with it. And by the time I get my shit around it, it's all finished. It's all gone. Yeah. But they would know that too. So why the fuck you'd send a text anyway? It'd be pointless, really. Anyway.
All right. I was reading a thing on monkeypox. So the National Health Organization in England has said people with monkeypox should have sex. The only way they should have sex is by being 6 feet apart, masturbating, watching each other.
Yeah, I noticed.
And it's got a thing, do not touch someone else's wounds.
Wounds, yes.
Like, you've got to be told that. And the other part was, and I can't believe they said this, a monkeypox glory hole.
Oh.
So they said make a glory hole and have sex that way.
Oh, well, hold on. Make a glory hole? What, like in your house, in your rented house?
Yeah.
So 12 months later you have the inspection and they walk in and there are all these 50 mil holes punched in all the doors and the walls and shit like that. And you go, well, what's that about? Oh, monkeypox, glory hole. Sorry, we'll get them fixed.
No, you just get. You remember when you're at school and you did projects on those big pieces of cardboard?
What?
Project paper?
Making glory holes? No, I don't remember.
Yeah, you just get one of those project papers.
Duke. I did not make glory holes at school.
You just get one of those project papers, cut a fucking hole in it, and boom, there's your fucking glory hole. It's portable. Okay. Portable.
All right. So this would, as a lawyer, this would be my defence on the KFC guy. Yes, sir, I was masturbating in my car at the drive-through, but I was following monkeypox masturbation protocol as per section 437 of the protocol.
Of the protocol.
And I believe that the woman in the booth was 6 feet away from me. More than 6 feet away from me. So,
you know what? If I was a judge, I'd go dismissed. I'd buy that.
No, he'd lean in and go, the burgers are better at Hungry Jack's.
Oh,
that's what he would say.
Dead. Someone watches too much TV.
Yeah. So, even the whole. So let me just recap this. So you can still have sex in a monkeypox, which, by the way, you created. But let's not forget that.
No, you created.
You and Kevin created it. So
no, you and Kenny. No.
See, that's no way to have an argument.
Mate, no one is better at the blame game than me.
So in the monkeypox world, the only way to have sex is to self-stimulate 6 feet away from someone else who may or may not have these horrific boil-type lesions, which if you do get the erotic urge to touch, please don't. Please don't.
Yeah.
Fuck me dead. What's the world coming to, Duke? What the fuck is the world coming to when you actually have to put out...
Well, I'll tell you what the world's coming to.
Yeah.
It's time for Ask Leon Now.
Okay.
Ask Leon now. Ask Leon now. Ask Leon now. Ask Leon now.
This is from Karlina in Latvia.
Latvia.
And she has a simple question.
Yes.
Leon, do you believe in gypsy curses?
Well, all right. Let me just start by saying, Karlina, Latvia, I love Latvia. I love Latvian liverwurst on toast. It's the best. It's the best in the world. Best in the world. But to answer your question, do I believe in gypsy apps? 125% yes. Of course I do. In fact, I've had one put on me or my family, although it's sort of worn off a little bit. So my mother, who was walking home in Serbia with milk money. I think I've told this story before, but it's worth telling you again.
Yes, you have, but that was 50 episodes ago, so who gives a fuck?
So this gypsy said to her, "What are you doing, little girl?" And she said, "I'm going to buy milk for my mother." And she says, "Don't waste your money on milk. Give me the money and I'll pierce your ears." So she comes back. My grandmother goes, "Where's the milk?" She goes, "I didn't get the milk, but look at my ears." And she had pierced ears with little threads of cotton through the holes. Cotton, can you believe it? And my grandmother nearly died. She was hysterical, running around, disinfecting, screaming, howling. And I believe that ever since then, there's been something hanging over my family because I'm terrified. I'm terrified of curses. I don't walk under ladders. Every time I see a black cat, I shit myself.
Yeah, that's why you shit yourself.
I tell you, fucking caravans, I hate them. Goats, oh, God, not being racist, but anyway. Anything to do with gypsies, it just freaks the fuck out of me. And totally instinctual. It's not something that I've learned. It's just instinct. Instinct.
Well, we've had a gypsy curse put on us as well.
Yeah.
Apparently, my grandfather told me this story about his great-grandfather.
Yeah.
So it was a long time ago, and he stole a ring from a gypsy.
Oh, fuck. What the?
He stole a ring from a gypsy.
Why?
And
why would you do that? Why would you tempt fate?
Because he was a peasant thief.
Because that was his job.
That's my heritage, buddy.
That was his job.
That's my family tree. This is what I found out. And
oh, God.
So the gypsy woman knows that he stole it, and she goes over to his camp or his whatever
village.
He was living in. I don't know
village.
what he was living in.
It was a village.
Yeah, burnt down by these Chinese tourists. And she said, "Give me back the ring. Give me back the ring, or I will put a curse on your whole family."
That sounds just like a gypsy.
And he said, "Well, what kind of curse?" And she goes, "Give me the ring, or I'll put the curse on the family." And he goes, "So you're going to put the curse on my family, but not me? Is that what you're saying?" She goes, "Yes, all your descendants will have the curse." And he said, "But I won't have it." And she said, "No, you won't have it." And he goes, "Well, fuck you," and ran off with the ring.
Seriously?
And the curse...
Yeah. So what's the curse?
The curse was that all your children will be bald.
Yeah.
Have hair all over them except for their head.
Is that including the women?
Yep. And look at us. Look at us. Because the cunt wanted a fucking ring that he probably took to the fucking whorehouse that you were at, and you said, hey, buddy, take your sandals off.
And then he was with your father's father, who was a baby, and the baby was bald and very hairy, right? But no, and then he said, "That's a nice chimp."
Better put a bulletproof vest on that before you go in, buddy.
Fuck, that's terrible. That's terrible.
It's terrible. Yeah, tell me about it. Tell me about
a terrible curse.
Tell me about it. Do you know how much fucking wax I've gone through in my life?
And Jed, of course, the same thing happened to Jed.
Yeah, everyone. My sisters.
Ask Leon now. Ask Leon now. Ask Leon now. Ask Leon now.
Okay. All right.
All right, everyone.
Thank you so much for listening. All right.
We'll see you next time, everybody. Stay safe.
Yeah, stay safe.
Stay really
Especially
fucking
if you're
safe.
driving. Stay safe.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.